Good evening and welcome to FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins. As we're ending out the day, we have some scattered thunderstorms here and there across the Big Bend region with temperature around 74 degrees. So it is ending up to be a mild afternoon with those scattered thunderstorms. Overall, we're just going to see these pop-up showers everywhere across the region. Just lines of storms making their way from the west towards the east. We could even see some lighter rain showers even afterwards, but bubbling up throughout the afternoon. We'll see this pattern resembling into tomorrow as well, but with that we'll also have some lower rain chances for that. With that, a three-part headline, we also will have spotty showers and storms throughout the rest of the night. Should be clearing out by the morning hours. We're also tracking the tropics for you with another development happening in the Gulf of Mexico. But with that, we'll also have a soggy Memorial Day weekend, so we'll see rain chances starting to increase throughout most of the weekend. We're actually going to pass things off to Brittany with a look at what's going around the local.
Yeah, just as Jen said, we're actually seeing a temperature of 85 degrees currently, not even close to our record set back in 1996 at 99 degrees. So thankful the rain's sticking around so we don't get too hot like that, but a low of 71 will be for tonight. Temperatures across the area. Notice this yellow color around Tallahassee. This is where we've cooled down because of the rain that's moved its way from the west to the east. So we're seeing cooler temperatures around Tallahassee and west, and still by Perry where we haven't seen too much rain yet in the last hour, 83 degrees over there, 85 in Valdosta, and Bainbridge is cooled off at 73 degrees. Dew points are also going to tell the story. This tropical air mass is making it feel extremely humid because these dew points are close to our temperatures, 71 in Tallahassee, 72 in Perry, and 73 in Perry. There's that rain I was talking about moving from west to east. You can see Tallahassee just missed out on that thunderstorm at weekend as it went over us, and we do have some storms off to our east, and these are going to continue for the next couple hours. But as we go into the overnight hours, you'll see that we will clear out. Some clouds may stick around. We might have a spotty shower, maybe even a thunderstorm, but they're really going to amp back up tomorrow when we get that daytime heating in, and it will just kind of be like another day like today. But for tonight, as I said, can't rule out a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm throughout the night. A low of 68 in Tallahassee. Apalachicola will see 72, and Thomasville at 69. For tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 88 in Tallahassee. Again, that chance of rain and storms will stick around through mostly inland of the Big Bend area. We're going to have that daytime heating really warming us up more inland. Cooler by the coast, 83 in St. Mark's and 88 in Perry. And we're tracking the tropics. The National Hurricane Center has issued a 60% chance of this system developing within the next 5 days. Now, regardless if this develops, we are just going to see a real soaker this Memorial Day weekend through Florida and the southeast. So we will keep an eye on this and keep you updated on what's to come with that. And as I said, for this weekend, look at those high rain chances, 70% Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Not looking like a good Memorial Day weekend, and even into next week those rain chances are going to stick around, but we're generally going to stay in the mid 80s, and our lows are going to stay low 70s and upper 60s. All right, let's head it over to Colby with a look at the southeast.
Hey, thanks Brittany. And speaking of a soaker right there, those temperatures have moderated across the southeast. Only 74 degrees right now in Tallahassee. We were much warmer earlier, but that rain cooled air, very nice there. Wow, look out in Little Rock. They're sitting at 70. They've had a lot of rain filtering through the natural state there. Over in Shreveport, sitting at 79. Much warmer over down I-20 in Jackson. They're sitting at 89. Dew points, a lot of moisture getting funneled in out of the Gulf of Mexico. 72-degree dew point there in Montgomery. Very high dew point there for Little Rock, that far inland there, sitting at 70 as well. Pulling it back out to that satellite and radar, wow, a lot of moisture and a lot of rain across the southeast. Even some lightning strikes with some of those, so there could be some severe storms mixed in with that as well, especially out to the west. We can. This is going to be actually Arklatex region there, Little River County there in Arkansas with a severe thunderstorm warning. Those winds out of the south for Tallahassee are bringing in a lot of that moisture. Same way there with the Big Easy coming in right there out of the southeast as well. And that Futurecast radar, this really shows a story how overnight tonight we kind of have some clearing that happens. It really rather clears out. Some scattered showers though down here along the actual Florida peninsula, and then into your tomorrow it starts to pick right back up when we have that daytime heating mixed in. Those temperatures for tonight though, look at that, 68, very nice drop down with that shower and thunderstorm activity across the entire southeast. dropping down to 69, but it doesn't drop too far because with that cloud and that precipitation activity moving through, it doesn't allow those temperatures to drop too much. 69 there in Tupelo, 68 out in Little Rock. Shreveport sitting at 70, so you'll have to have an eye to the sky even tonight. So if you're out trying to enjoy your night, definitely pack that umbrella. You'll definitely want to keep it. And then into tomorrow, same story. 88 here in Tallahassee, 88 over in Montgomery. So these high temperatures will really depend on and when those showers hit. So if we have that daytime heating, won't be achieved if you do have some scattered showers actually moving through the area. 83 there in Atlanta. Shout out to Michael if he's watching. I hope he is. 89 over in Tupelo. 87 out in Little Rock. Shreveport sitting at 89. So those temperatures very moderate. If you do have some showers coming through, let's not forget about the Florida Peninsula there. 86 there in Orlando. We had down 75 into Tampa, sitting at 87 there. So we do have some possible showers and thunderstorms that will filter back through, and I'll talk later about that in our Florida segment. But now I want to actually pull things back out. We're going to look a little bit nationally. I know we've had a lot of storms here coming through our area, but I'm actually going to hand it off to Jennifer. She's going to talk about national, and we'll take a look at the entire country.
Yeah, taking a look at the bigger picture across the nation, we're looking at temperatures fairly warm for the central part of the country. About 87 degrees for Kansas City, but even seeing 90 degrees for places like Dallas right now, with those mostly cloudy skies at that location. But the West Coast is where more comfortable temperatures are occurring right now. 63 degrees for Salt Lake City, 63 for San Francisco, as well as 66 for Los Angeles, with just those partly cloudy skies. So overall, it feels kind of nice over in that location. Taking a look at the East Coast, however, the South is seeing the soggy conditions like what Colby was saying earlier. 74 degrees here in Tallahassee, as well as 87 for New Orleans. Into the New England area is where the temperatures are starting to dip down a little bit. 76 for Detroit, as well as 75 for Boston, with only partly cloudy skies. So overall, up the New England area, it is feeling a little bit more comfortable at that location, those locations. Dew points, however, are fairly high across most of the east coast of the country. Places like Chicago, Washington, D.C. are seeing a bit higher dew points, but where the highest dew points are in the southeast, where we're just seeing a surge in tropical moisture making its way up into the southeast, even seeing some 70s in locations like Tallahassee and New Orleans. So it feels very muggy when you head out to the southeast, but even the west coast of the United States is seeing some much lower dew points. As the radar is indicating, we do have a line of thunderstorms in the New Mexico area, as well as Texas on the west side of Texas. But even up in the northwest is where some spotty showers are occurring right now. They'll see some on and off rainfall for most of those areas, even seeing some lightning strikes in those areas. But the southeast is just where most of the majority of the storms are indicated for the next few days. It's just surge in tropical moisture. That just means that we'll see a lot more rainfall heading throughout the southeast. As we take a zoomed in picture, we even have some heavier rainfalls for areas like southern Alabama, even southern Georgia, heading into the northern panhandle of Florida. That's where we'll see the heaviest of rainfall for tonight. Even some localized flooding for some even some heavier flooding areas for central part of Georgia. And as we take a look at what's going on in the southwest right now, we see a line of strong thunderstorms making their way from the west towards the east in southeastern New Mexico, even towards the west of Texas. So these storms will start to make their way on towards the east. We even see some tornado warnings, even some severe thunderstorm warnings in these areas. So these will start to make their way towards the east, even bring some lightning, a lot of lightning and a lot of severe weather with those storms. And we also have drought conditions for most areas of the southwest. We probably won't see these alleviated anytime soon. So heading on into the weekend, we could even see some fire activity because of this drought that's occurring in these areas like northern New Mexico, even into most areas of Colorado and Utah. Storm Prediction Center is indicating a slight risk of severe weather for the northern half of the country. Places like Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and even on into Nebraska and Kansas could see a slight chance of severe weather heading throughout tomorrow. Tonight's forecast, 50s for the west coast as well as 60s for the east coast. And for tomorrow's forecast, rain conditions in the southeast as well as sunny conditions more towards the west with temperatures around 85 for places like Salt Lake City. But Colby, you're going to give us a look at what's going on around Florida.
Well, let's pull things back into the Sunshine State. And I wish I could deliver on calling it the Sunshine State, but I really can't deliver on that because it's been raining across most portions of the Sunshine State. We do see almost a full sun though there in Gainesville there. 87 also in Tampa, so they're seeing a full sun. But here in Tallahassee, we do have the rain activity moving through the area. Nice 74 there, much warmer down I-10 into Pensacola. Taking a look back onto the mainland Florida peninsula, 75 down to Fort Myers. They have some showers that are moving through as well. Looking at satellite radar, we'll start out with the Panhandle, and we had those showers moving through. Those were actually coming from the west. They have had some scattered showers out to around Pensacola there. You can see with that cloud cover. But then looking back onto that mainland Florida peninsula, it's really been, there's been some clearing across middle portions of the peninsula, but then as we go down south, especially Fort Myers down through Lake Okeechobee, you can start to see some of that precip starting to bubble back up with that daytime heating. The drought monitor, this is updated on Thursday, so this will be definitely alleviated. We had all that rain there in Sopchoppy on Monday, so these numbers that'll reflect that. This will be alleviated for most of this map, which is very good news here across the Sunshine State. Those winds, look at the winds coming up out of the south here, bringing us a lot of that moisture into Tallahassee. Same with Pensacola, those winds are out of the south there, and a little bit of convergence we're actually seeing here across the actual peninsula there, especially that's going to be around Fort Myers, so right where we saw that convective activity, those thunderstorms popping up from that convergence, those winds coming off of the Atlantic, mean those winds coming off of the Gulf of Mexico there too. That futurecast as we go into the overnight hours really starts to clear out, but we still keep a lot of that cloud cover. That's something we have to watch out for, and then as we go into Thursday, it's really going to be a same story that we saw today. Across Florida there, we have that sea breeze starting to flare back up, especially on the western side of the Florida Peninsula. For tonight, 68 degrees here in Tallahassee. We'll have some scattered showers and storms that will continue to filter through. Much clearer there in Gainesville, 69, but those temperatures very moderated, very comfortable conditions there. Tomorrow's forecast across that mainland Florida Peninsula, 87 there in Tampa, 86 down in Fort Myers. So things are really clearing up nicely, and I really want to bring things back locally because we have lots to talk about here in the Big Bend, don't we, Sydney?
Oh, yes, we do, because that sun is about to go down. The Tallahassee area is preparing for the cool down now as we go into our night. You can see on this, though, you can't really see that sunset because there is a full layer of clouds in the sky over Doakes Campbell Stadium. Now, as we go into our current temperatures, 74 degrees, and there is that chance for scattered thunderstorms, and that will stick around as we go into our night. Now, current temperatures around the entire region, we are seeing 83 in Perry, 74 in Tallahassee, and 83 down there in Apalachicola. So our coastal regions are warmer than our inland regions, and there is a higher chance of rain as you go further inland for our viewing area. Now take a look at this. These storms are moving from west to east and down the I-10 line, so if you're driving, you could get hit by a storm down as you're driving down I-10, so be careful, and don't forget that when you turn on your windshield wipers, you're gonna have to turn your headlights on as well. It's the law. So the second your windshield wipers are on, don't forget to turn those headlights on as well. Now, as we go into our futurecast, tonight at 7 p.m., the heavy storms will be just north of Tallahassee. Now, these won't be more severe than just a strike or of lightning or two, and they won't last more than 15 to 20 minutes. So as we go into the later parts of the night, there will be some storms over Monticello and Tallahassee, and they will be moving their way overhead and clearing out for the night. What won't be clearing out is that cloud cover. So clouds will stick around into your morning commute tomorrow, and that potential for fog is there. So tonight's forecast, we are seeing high 60s for most of the region, 71 in St. Mark's and 72 down there in Apalachicola. Now into tomorrow's forecast, things are heating up as those rain chances decrease. Things will be heating up around the entire region. Monticello is seeing almost 90 degrees, 87, so we haven't been seeing these really warm conditions because that rain has been really killing that high temperature. So get ready for the 87 degrees. That chance of rain is still there. It's just a lot lower than what we have been seeing. We've also been tracking the tropics, so there is a 60% chance of development with this disturbance in the tropics, and what this means for us here in Tallahassee is, although the rain chances are decreasing tomorrow, our weekend is going to be a washout. So whether this does develop or not, Rain is coming in for the weekend, and Memorial Day weekend will be filled with rain, so switch those plans from outdoor to indoor. But if you do want to track the weather here with us, our handle on social media is at FSU Weather. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.